Good morning, guys, and welcome to the show. Today is Monday, December 24th, 2018. I'm really glad to have you guys here. It's Christmas Eve. I hope you're getting something in your sock or whatever. Anyway, whenever I picture Christmas, I picture all these socks hanging up above the fireplace. You know, it's just a wonderful time of year. Anyway, let's get right into it. Let's open up the charts right here. And let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's on the move, guys, and it's not moving down. Not moving down. It's moving up. 41.36. We see this rise. It started at $31.22.30. And it's just been kind of drifting upwards. And it's still drifting upwards today. Actually, it's 41.44 right now at this moment. And now we're going to take a look at this article. It says, cryptocurrencies could outperform all other assets in 2019. It says, as other asset markets, particularly the stock market, enter a bear market, some believe cryptocurrencies have the chance at being the best performing asset class next year. Well, you know, I have to agree with this. So what it does is, this article shows a lot of charts and stuff. And it talks about the quantitative tightening program that we've just come through and how this is withdrawing money from the system. It talks about the quantitative easing program and how this has pumped up the markets. What we see is cryptocurrency has never really been there available when we've had other market crashes other times. It's kind of a new asset class, you know, and being as it's such a new asset class and never really been tried, this has never really been tried. Actually, what they're doing right now, quantitative tightening and everything, this has never been tried before. And there is a distinct possibility that as these markets capitulate, as the stock market goes down and everything else. Well, we already see the stock market's going down. Bitcoin's going up in the opposite direction. It's taken off first ahead of gold and silver. It's just taken off quite recently. We see this big rise in the prices starting to pull in, starting to come. We're back up to 41.40. If this momentum continues, what it'll do is it'll bring more energy into the market and bring more momentum into the market. Now, there's another thing I wanted to talk about this morning. I wanted to talk about BACT. It seems as though that the CFTC is going to postpone BACT yet again. Their launch of BACT, these Bitcoin futures. It says the Intercontinental Exchange has suggested it is likely to delay the launch of BACT, its Bitcoin future trading and custody platform, for a second time. The company last set the 24th of January, 2019 as the launch date, but the Intercontinental Exchange has not yet received the necessary approvals from the U.S. Commodities Futures Trading Commission, the CFTC. Considering the pace the agency has been moving, it is unlikely that approvals will be secured in time to hit that target. This would be the second postponement of ICE. It had originally aimed to launch BACT in December of 2018, but due to the volume of interest in the company and the work required to get all the pieces in place, the delay could not be avoided. More precisely, the CFTC must grant an exemption for BACT's plan to custodian Bitcoin on behalf of its clients in its own warehouse. CFTC regulation normally requires that customers' funds be held in a bank, a trust company, or futures commission merchant. Now, here's the thing about it all. You can see how these bankers have insidiously worked their way into the system so that they require that customers' funds be held in a bank or a trust company. You see how they call it trust company, how these bankers work it so they want you to believe and want you to have trust in them? That's why they call it savings and loan and trust. They want your trust. You remember all those years during the 1970s and 1980s, they used to give you free toasters and everything else. They're cunning bastards is what they are. You know, they wanted your trust. And they've been good for a long time, these bankers. They've been really good. They've held your money, and they've got your trust back from what they did to you guys back in the 1930s. You've forgotten. This is why your grandparents used to hold their money under the mattress. And you remember your grandfather or whatever used to always say, "Don't trust the banks. Don't trust the banks." Well, now they've worked their way into being a savings, a loan, and trust. So this is their normal procedure, evidently by the CFTC, is they require this regulation that they require that customers' funds be held in a bank or trust company or futures commissions merchant, which is all baloney. Now, BACT wants to hold their funds in their own warehouse. Well, yeah, it's simple. They probably got a vault there in the warehouse or some kind of a safe or something else like that, and they're probably keeping the Bitcoin on a paper wallet. So it's probably just a slip of paper, really. All of the people's funds that they're going to be holding. It's that simple nowadays with cryptocurrencies. One little slip of paper can hold all of your cryptocurrency funds on a little slip of paper. It's called a paper wallet, you know. And and so that's probably what they're doing. They've probably got like 1,000 Bitcoins or 5,000 Bitcoins on just a simple little paper wallet. It's worth millions of dollars. It's a little piece of paper. Isn't that amazing? And they probably store that in the safe. Why they even need to store it in the safe? They could just hide it in the back of the warehouse. However, the agency staff has finished reviewing BACT's exemption request and passed it to the commission. See all this bullshit they put you through? All of this rigmarole, all this red tape over nothing? It says the agency staff has finished reviewing BACT's exemption request and passed it on to the commission. But now the commissioners have to vote on whether to put out the proposal for the public comment. After the 30-day comment period, why a 30-day comment period? Why can't they do it all in an hour, for crying out loud? Why do they need a 30-day comment period for it? You know, it says the commissioners would likely take at least a couple days to read the comments and then vote on the proposal itself. See how these academics function? They don't really function. This is what we have for government. This is what we have for bankers. This is what we have for commissions and stuff. You know, and I mean, all of this is just bullcrap, you know, but that's what we got to work with. That's what we got to work with is a big cesspool of I can't tell you. It says, and then the vote on the proposal itself. So they're going to vote on it. That already would push the final vote past BACT's 24th of January launch target. See, they're ruining these launch targets and everything else by all their baloney. They're just dragging their heels. The CFTC's dragging their heels on this. I'll tell you. Anyway, but in the end, they'll probably get to what they're doing, you know. I mean, it might be the middle of next year before they get around to it, knowing how slow they are. A lazy bunch of sons of guns. These bankers are not only lazy, they're big. I'll tell you, it just okay. Listen, thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next show. Bye-bye, guys.